Kansas City North or South Kansas City? Which one is better? Well, that's exactly what I'll be discussing in this video. Stay tuned. What's up? I'm Kyle, your local realtor, and today we're debating a heated topic, North versus South KC. By this point, you most likely already know that there's a Kansas City, Kansas and a Kansas City, Missouri, but if not, we have a video on that too. So let's start out by providing some context and key information that only Kansas Cityans know. First off, it's Kansas City North that we're discussing today, not North Kansas City, and yes, there is a major difference. North Kansas City is its own incorporated city, which has a population of less than 5,000 people. It has its own government, its police, trash services, taxes, and it's all separate from the city of Kansas City, Missouri. While Kansas City North, on the other hand, is the city of Kansas City, north of the river. It's more suburban than urban with more sprawl and less density. You'll find bigger lots north of the river and more new construction communities. While South Kansas City is everything south of the river. And while you can still find suburban areas similar to the Northland, it is where the urban core is located, and you'll find many historic neighborhoods as well as the highest density of condos, lofts, and apartments. Downtown KC, the River Market, the Crossroads, and the Country Club Plaza can all be found south of the river. Both South Kansas City and Kansas City North have some stark contrasts as well as their own pros and cons, so I'll be covering some key components of each area, from shopping and things to do to home prices and transportation. That way you can make a more informed decision about which makes the most sense for you in your move to KC. And if you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, living, and playing in Kansas City, then be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as we're putting out new content every single week about life in KC. Now, I know a lot of you who already live in KC watch my videos as well, so if you have anything to add on the differences between north-south, please drop a comment down below. Okay, so I put together 4 categories that I think will leave you with an overall good sense of what both areas are like. And make sure you stick around until the very end, where I'll reveal some of my personal hidden gems. The first category is an important one, and that is shopping. Obviously, amenities are important when it comes to quality of life, and while there are good shopping districts on both sides of the river, you're going to want to know the distinct differences. Shopping in South Kansas City offers several unique shopping experiences, including the River Market, Westport, and the iconic Country Club Plaza. The plaza recently celebrated its 100th birthday and was one of the first suburban shopping centers built for cars. Coincidentally, there has been some recent discussion around creating a more pedestrian-friendly plaza, which you can learn more about over on our Instagram page. The Spanish-inspired architecture here draws in plenty of tourism on its own, and you'll also find a plethora of upscale dining options like McCormick and Schmidt's, Eddie V's, and Capitol Grill. I actually had my senior prom dinner down on the plaza, and you'll see plenty of high schoolers down here around that time of year. While it was originally designed to attract luxury brands like Tibbles, West Elm, and Coach, there are also several everyday retail shopping options like Forever 21 and H&M, as well as some great local boutique brands like Made in KC and Charlie Hustle. Outside of the plaza, there are other retail shopping options throughout South KC, but there's one particular store that I could not live without and is only located south of the river, and that is Trader Joe's. So if you're a TJ's junkie like me, then you'll probably want to settle down in South Kansas City. The primary shopping district north of the river is Zona Rosa, featuring a modern open-air design with an urban vibe. Zona Rosa caters to a broader demographic with a mix of national chains and boutique stores. Your fine dining options are going to be more limited here. However, there is a Hereford House if you're in the mood for a good steak. Just across the freeway, you'll find your more traditional suburban shopping center with your Walmart, Lowe's, and Ross. There's also an AMC and a Main Event, which is like a Dave & Buster's on steroids. Not only do they have all of the arcade games, but there's also laser tag, bowling, escape rooms, and VR. Overall, Kansas City North is going to present you with mostly suburban type shopping centers, while South KC has more of your boutique shopping experiences. Personally, I live in South Kansas City, which I love. However, it takes me a little longer to get places like Target and Home Depot. So if that's what you're after, then certainly do some digging to ensure that you're going to have everything that you want and need and all your go-tos in close proximity. Next up, we have transportation. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that KC is limited on its public transit. With that being said, we did just have a brand new $1.5 billion airport built that was completed in February of 2023, which if you ever had an opportunity to fly through the KC airport previously, you know that our airport was dated. I recently flew out of the new terminal and was thoroughly impressed. It even earned the nod as the #1 airport in the country in 2023, according to Travel Awaits. The airport is situated on the most northern end of Kansas City, so that'll be something that you want to consider if you're going to be taking flights on a regular basis. For reference, it takes me around 30 to 35 minutes to commute from where I'm located in South KC, which isn't too bad either. So what about getting around Kansas City? Well, we do have a bus line that serves both North and South KC. However, there are only 5 bus routes that serve the Northland compared to 26 that service South Kansas City. The main reason for the disparity is the sprawl of the Northland. Since neighborhoods are more spread out, it makes it difficult to implement new bus routes. Now, the city did just implement a new public transportation option called Iris, which is like Uber or Lyft, except with more limitations. It's primarily designed for Northlanders and includes a minimum $3 charge to get you within a quarter mile of any given bus stop within your zone. And for those of you who reside in the Northland zone, you can hitch a ride to the airport or Zona Rosa for $10 flat. This is a huge benefit for those who are frequenting the airport. I mean, I just spent $100 round trip to take an Uber from where I live to the airport. The most notable public transportation option in South KC is the streetcar. Currently, it's a 2-mile stretch that runs from Union Station to the River Market. However, it's currently being extended 3.5 miles south on Main Street, adding 16 stops and connecting the downtown starter line to Midtown, Westport, the Art Museum District, and the Plaza in UMKC. So if you're looking to be a little less car dependent, then you'll want to consider South Kansas City somewhere along the streetcar route. Now, I just released a video on the Brookside neighborhood and showed some of the progress that they've been making with the streetcar extension, so be sure you go and check that out. If you live in KC, what are your thoughts on the progress the city is making to its public transportation? Let me know down in the comments below. So let's talk about things to do, and for the purposes of this video, I really tried to niche it down to things that are unique to both areas. For all of you theme park junkies, we have Worlds of Fun and Oceans of Fun in the Northland. I remember as a kid riding the Mamba, which is their tallest roller coaster in the park, over and over and over again. These days, I'm more of a lazy river and wave pool guy myself, but even if you're not into roller coasters and water slides, they have some great events throughout the year, like the Halloween Haunt and the Great Pumpkin Fest, which take place in September and October. Zona Rosa has an outdoor ice skating rink in the winter, summer movie nights in the main plaza area, as well as a free splash pad for the kiddos. They also hold some great events throughout the year, like their fall festival and a tailgate party to kick off the Chiefs season. You also do have North Kansas City, which is full of entertainment options like Chicken and Pickle and the Iron District, where they've converted several shipping containers into local shops and restaurants. North Kansas City is on the short list of places that the Royals are considering building their new stadium, which will bring a whole new dynamic entertainment district to the Northland. For outdoor recreation up north, you have the Parkville Nature Sanctuary, which offers over 3 miles of hiking trails. I also love English Landing Park, which is also located in Parkville. Smithville Lake is about a 50-minute drive north from downtown Kansas City, where you can boat, swim, and fish. And in the winter months, you can shred the gnar at Snow Creek in Weston, Missouri. It's not Colorado by any means, but it is owned by Vail Resorts, and you can get access as part of your Epic Pass if you take frequent ski trips throughout the winter. Now, South Kansas City does not disappoint in terms of things to do. The River Market offers boutique shopping and dining options year-round and has one of the best farmers markets in the entire Midwest. You can catch a Chiefs or Royals game at the Truman Sports Complex or a concert at the T-Mobile Center, which is located in the Power and Light District and is always hopping. The Kansas City Zoo is a fan favorite, and they just opened a brand new $77 million aquarium. I took my kiddos to the opening weekend and it is amazing. You're going to have loads of events in South KC. If you're a fan of the arts, then there's the iconic First Fridays event in the Crossroads, as well as some great art shows throughout the year. Most notably is the Plaza Art Fair, which attracts hundreds of artists from across the country, and it's one of my favorite annual Kansas City events. On Memorial Day and the 4th of July, you can catch incredible fireworks displays while taking in some of the best views of the city at Liberty Memorial. And if you're a fan of craft beers and good music, then there's Irish Fest and Oktoberfest at Crown Center every year. Overall, South Kansas City is going to be a little faster paced than the Northland when it comes to things to do. So if you're looking for something a little quieter, then you may want to stay north of the river or south of 435. For me personally, I grew up in the suburbs and opted for the city life upon moving back to KC in 2020. I love being close to all the entertainment options and the walkability. Either way, there's something for everybody here in KC. Now, if you're considering a move to Kansas City, then be sure to download our free relocation guide down in the description. And let me know down in the comments which side of KC are you considering moving to. Now, let's talk about the real estate, because again, they're two very different vibes. North of the river, you'll find less density, bigger lots, and quite a bit of new construction options. Things are just a little more spread out in Kansas City North. You also have top-rated suburbs like Parkville and Liberty, which I've done vlogs on both if you'd like more information on those areas specifically. At the time of recording this video, there are 331 active listings in Kansas City North, and the median home price is $310,000. That'll get you a 3-bed, 2-bath home between 1,500 and 2,000 square feet on a quarter-acre lot. In South KC, you're going to find more condos and lofts and the highest density of historic homes that the city has to offer. There are some new construction options as well. However, they're going to come with a higher price tag, especially if you're looking in the urban core, considering it's already 100% built out. This is where you're going to find the Plaza, Brookside, and Waldo neighborhoods, which is where I live. I've done quite a bit of content on those areas as well, so be sure to check that out. You'll also find suburbs like Lee Summit, Grandview, and Belton on the Missouri side. And south of the river is also where Johnson County is located on the Kansas side, which includes suburbs like Overland Park, Lenexa, and Leawood. Currently in South Kansas City, there are just under 600 active listings with a median home price of $175,000. That's going to get you a 2 or 3 bedroom bungalow on a 4,000 to 6,000 square foot lot, or a condo or a loft. Now, it's important to remember that real estate is hyper local. Brookside, for example, has a median home price of $460,000. And this is why it's so crucial for you to reach out to our team, because we know the ins and outs of these different neighborhoods and suburbs and can help you really narrow down your search. So again, be sure to download our free relocation guide if you haven't done so already, or reach out directly to info@movingtokc.net. Okay, so I told you I'd give you my hidden gems for each area, and I intend to deliver. In the Northland, it's hands down Screenland, Armour Theater in North Kansas City. It's one of my favorite movie theaters in all of KC that shows both new and old flicks. They also let you rent out theaters to play video games. I actually did it with my oldest son for his birthday, where we just played video games on the big screen for hours, and it was a fantastic time. Also, be sure to check out Tay's Burger Shack right down the road, which has one of the best burgers in all of KC. In South KC, it has to be Grinders in the Crossroads. Not only do they serve up my absolute favorite pizza in the entire city, but it's one of the best outdoor music venues that we have in KC. Be sure to check out my vlog on the Crossroads if you want more information on Grinders specifically. And then we have the iconic Green Lady Lounge where you can enjoy live jazz and delicious cocktails. Right down the road from there is Town Topic, which is my go-to burger joint south of the river. So there you have it, North and South Kansas City. Which one do you prefer? Let me know down in the comments below. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel as we're putting out new content about all things Kansas City every single week. Until next time.